All right, y'all. Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody. We're just going to give it a few minutes for more people to come in. By the way, lovely Cherokee, I did get your letter and money order. Thank you very much for that. And as for everybody else, shalom. We're having another hot day where I am. That's okay. I'm under the air conditioning. I'll be just fine. So, we're going to get started with a story that's really unfortunate that comes out of Florida. And of course, these are twins that are actually high achievers, did very well in school. And a racist came along to complain. And it was just nasty. But what do you expect? Can't expect anything decent when we're in this country, plain and simple. But all right, so we got 64 people so far. When we get up to 100, I will get started. Yeah, you can barely keep up with what's going on in this country. This country is a mess. It is literally a mess. It really, truly is. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Shalom. All right, we're all right. This shouldn't really be too long. Let's see. All right, everybody. If you can see my screen, please give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Okay. Please give. Thank you. Thank you, family. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was a Black family down in Yulee, Florida, and their twin daughters graduated with top honors, both of them, from high school. So the poster that you see out in front of the house is a poster that the school gave to these two teenage girls. So, proud parents, they put the posters out in front of their houses because, they're proud of their daughters. And it's nothing wrong with you being proud of your children and you want to express it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Well, a racist neighbor or somebody in that area had a problem with it. So let's get into this. So this came out in the Hill, July 28th, 2020, Black family receives racist letter demanding they remove pictures of daughters, which there's nothing wrong with these girls. I mean, this is just ridiculous. So, a Black family in Florida received a racist note last week over decorations outside their home celebrating their twin daughters' graduations from high school. Toya Tamor Sproul, the twin girls' mother, shared the anonymous note on Facebook after finding the letter in the mailbox outside of their home in Yulee, Florida. And that was on Thursday of last week. It read, "Don't you think enough is enough?" Now, here's the letter. This is how it was posted, y'all. And I'm sorry it don't look better than this, but this is how it was posted out on Facebook. So it says, "Don't you think enough is enough? It's time to take those hideous posters of that ugly, fat Black girl down off your house. What a disgrace to the neighborhood. What, honor roll students is a disgrace to your neighborhood? In fact, your entire brood is a disgrace to the neighborhood. Consider moving to a hood of your kind. Your neighbors are watching you, it continued. So that's what this letter says that was left in their mailbox. The twin girls, Xana and Zara Sproul, graduated from Yulee High School with honors. They were section leaders in the school band and members of the National Honor Society, BuzzFeed News reported. They had been awarded scholarships and are planning to attend St. Leo University this coming fall. The high school gave families of the 2020 graduates posters with photos of their children earlier this year. So the school actually provided the poster of their children to each family of the graduating class. The posters were displayed outside of the Sproul's family home. The girl's father, David Sproul, said he was shocked by the letter. The family has lived in the neighborhood for 5 years. I would say that was cold-blooded because it was directed about kids. Even if it wasn't about race, to do something like that to a child, say something like that to children is terrible, he told NBC News. However, the father said that after reading the letter, the teenagers didn't let it bother them. Well, good for them. They realized that the person who wrote the letter didn't even know them. So they weren't even fazed by it. Actually, the parents were more upset about it than the two teenage girls. Although they are very accomplished young ladies and they do work very hard at the same time, this didn't happen to two accomplished young women. This happened to two young Black women, Sproul continued. The person who did this didn't know that they had any accomplishments, didn't know their work ethics in any way. This happened to two humans, and it shouldn't have happened at all. The family filed a police report with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. Under Sheriff Roy Henderson said in a statement to The Hill, "We at the Nassau County Sheriff's Office do not tolerate racism and hate crimes in our county. This is out of character for Nassau County, and we continue to investigate this incident. We are proud of the Sproul twins' accomplishments and hope to get to the bottom of this soon." The sheriff's office said that it's planning to retrieve the letter from the family on Tuesday to process it for possible fingerprint traces. A drive-by parade to celebrate Xana and Zara Sproul on Thursday has received hundreds of responses on Facebook. The twins' cousin shared a now viral photo of the letter on Twitter last week, which garnered more than 42,000 likes and more than 15,000 retweets. Wow. All I have to say is anything that we do, somebody is always trying to find fault with it. I mean, how can you be mad at two teenage girls that graduated with top honors? And I said, chances are the person that wrote that letter was probably jealous. Either they did not achieve these kind of grades in school or their kids didn't. They had nothing to brag about. But this family certainly did. if you want to express how proud you are of your children, nobody should penalize you for that. And as far as these races, the problem with the races, they don't know how to mind their damn business. You know, for people that claim they hate us and, you know, are just completely repulsed by us, they sure are obsessed with every single aspect of our lives. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be worried about what's on somebody's house. That family pays for that house. And if they want to put posters of their daughters outside of their home, that is their business and right to do so. Plain and simple. You know, this is a shame. This is a real disgrace that you can't even celebrate your kids without some racist coming along and writing some stupid ass letter that made no sense. Why don't you just mind your business? Try something that you haven't done in 500 years. Mind your business. You know, these people are always looking for trouble. And whoever did it, I sure hope they catch it. You know, anytime somebody walks up and puts something like that in your mailbox, you need to get some surveillance out around your house, because I see that letter as a threat. What the hell does it mean your neighbors are watching? Watching for what? Watching for what? Did they cause any problems on the street? No, look like you're bringing the problem to them. So, you know, I hope they do get to the bottom of this. I think they just don't like seeing two smart, talented, Black young teenagers. And they had to express it in this nasty letter. You know, this is a time when those girls should be happy they finish high school, you know? And then somebody is trying to ruin that moment for them. But I'm kind of glad they were not really fazed by it like their parents were. They didn't seem to care as much. They just kind of blew it off. You know, if you got bigger things to prepare for, you're getting ready to go to college, whether it's online or we don't know, it could be online college for them, but nevertheless, they're going to further their education and get on with life. And this race is full of hate. That's all they got left in this life, because their country is falling apart. You know, this country that's ran by the high IQ, well, that's falling apart. At this rate, I don't even know if America is going to be around for the next 5 years. Okay, Chima Madhu, thank you for the super chat. Our community needs strong warriors like them. Yeah, we got a lot of talented children in our community, but they don't get the recognition that they deserve. They like to push them in the background and push very undeserving people in the forefront that don't deserve any praise whatsoever. We see that all the way across the board, don't we? Not only in school, but on jobs. They have some talentless person that they're propping up to everybody, or some person that knows zero about the job, and they're walking in the door getting paid more money than you, and you probably been there for 10 years. That's how they like to play the game. Yeah, America is like on, I think they're getting ready to pull the plug on life support right now. That's how bad off America really truly is. And now you got a Senate about to make it worse by knocking down $600 to $200. And man, this economy is going to tank in no time. You can best believe that. You know, when your economy is in a recession, the thing you need to get out of a recession is money circulating in the economy. That's how you fix that recession. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. And always bring this up when these folks talk about we don't know how to run businesses. When Black Wall Street was up and running, Black Wall Street made profit for 15 straight years. And that has never been duplicated by the high IQ ever. 15 straight years of profit. These folks have never gotten beyond 10 to maybe 11 years before tanking an economy. You ever notice, like every 10 years, there was always a recession or always some financial problem in America? That did not happen the entire time Black Wall Street was up and running. Thank you, Anna of Yah, for the super sticker. That never happened. That never happened for 15 straight years. Not only was Black Wall Street profitable, those Black folks to this very day these high IQ people to this very day cannot match what they did on Black Wall Street. They can't match it. Never could match it. No community could match them. Not even the Asian, not even the Jewish community. None of them. None of these communities out here with their businesses have ever come close to matching Black Wall Street. None of them. So don't let them try to tell you what you can't do. Right now, we are watching them struggle to run a country. It's been 500 damn years. You should be an expert at running a country. But they are functioning like amateurs. You would think they just walked into power 2 days ago, the way they are fumbling around with this pandemic. So don't ever let them tell you what you can't do. And those two girls in Florida, hold your head up high. Obviously, you're doing something way better than the person that wrote that letter. I bet you if you looked at their grades, they didn't come close to what you did and what you achieved when you were in high school. See, they get upset when we can still prevail in their system. When we can still, they throw all these stumbling blocks and everything in our way, and we still achieve in the system. That's what pisses them off. Because it was never supposed to happen that way. They set the system up, and it's blatant the way they did. For us to fail and for them to cheat, lie and steal, and try to perpetrate like those are accomplishments. But the fact is, they could not build this nation without us. They have not fought a war without us. And if we don't all fully participate in this recession, they will not be able to dig their way out of this recession without us. And don't you ever, ever forget it. If they could do everything all by themselves, then why aren't we seeing it now? Why aren't we seeing them do everything by themselves now? Because they have never done a damn thing up in here by themselves. Ever. So don't expect anything to get better, because see, that would require better leadership, and we are not going to get better leadership from the Trump administration. He's not going to be able to turn this around because COVID is about to explode up in here. I was looking this morning, y'all, at an article, and it said that America is headed for tens or even 100,000 deaths per day. And there has been no reproducing during COVID from the high IQ community. They are not reproducing during COVID. Now, think about this. If there was nothing wrong with you having children, wouldn't this be the time? You're all home together. Nobody's working. You have nothing but time around each other, right? There are no babies coming out of COVID. Okay, no babies. So the only thing that's coming out big for them is death right now. That's it. Just death. And as we move into, I'm telling you, fall is going to be, you think summer is bad? I'm telling y'all, fall is going to be way worse than this summer. Fall's going to be worse because look, all of the people now that are infected are infecting other people. So by the time we get to the end of the summer, those folks are going to be infecting more people. So trust me, only thing we need to do is keep your immunity up and keep yourself as separated as possible. I know we can't always do it. You know, there's times I still have to periodically get out there and get things done. But the bottom line is, when those moments where you can keep yourself separated, do it. We don't have an issue with flocking all out on the beach and going into bars and restaurants. We know not to do that. So as long as we stay on that course, we'll be fine. We really will. You know, I think that, you know, we're going to have people in our families and friends that will get caught up in COVID-19, but it won't get all of us. Well, you know, Stephanie D, thank you for posting that. But you know what? We now know COVID can survive in heat or cold. It doesn't matter. The season don't matter. But see, the high IQ, lovely Cherokee, I did get your stuff through the mail. And I thank you, darling. COVID is showing us it doesn't matter what season it is. See, the high IQ people tried to convince us that this was going to go away in the summer like any other virus. COVID is not like any other virus. This is something totally different. And it's something they still don't understand. I mean, even their scientists and doctors are saying they still do not fully understand this virus. They're still trying to get a grasp on it. So, you know, they're not running around talking about high IQs anymore. I think the last time I heard that probably was like January. I had some old goofy ass troll come over here writing that crap about some high IQ. They haven't been back recently. They haven't been back recently to post that bullshit. Nobody listening to them anyway. So, oh, this thing it just destroys the body. I mean, I know some of you watch my video on they're finding damage to the heart on many of the patients that have recovered. She's doing okay so far, Copper. Let me go back to your post. Copper Color Aborigine 82. She's doing okay so far. Said there's, she's not showing any symptoms, but, even asymptomatic people still have some damage, as you can see. Yeah, lungs, brain, heart, liver. I mean, look, the COVID toes. I mean, they're finding everything, y'all. This thing is, so when they say, well, it's like any other virus, no, it isn't. The flu and cold don't do all of that to you. It don't. So, this is definitely something that I don't believe they're going to ever fully figure out how this disease works. And, and they recently have noticed skin rash from this. So that's another symptom they're seeing on some people too. Shima Madhu, thank you for the super chat. Remember how they brought HIV to Africa in order to destabilize our country and kill off our people? Well, look what's happening to them now. You're exactly right. They always use disease as a form of warfare. That's something this country, these folks have always done that from the beginning. So, look, as long as they don't resolve this, y'all, they will not have an economy. They are not going to have an economy. I mean, the economy is gone. And Mitch McConnell taking the $600 and narrowing it down to $200, he's ensuring that this economy is not going to come back. Yeah, I heard about that, Sean Breezy. Lisa, what do you think about the women? I don't believe these are suicides, but that's what they're going to keep saying. And actually, in my live stream, I did talk about the one black woman that was hung in her white roommate's garage. We did talk about that on my last live stream. I don't know if you were there. Yeah. See, I think once they realize, and I think they are realizing they are not going to be able to reopen this economy the way they want it to, it is going to scare a lot of people. When the fall comes and this thing gets worse, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to even pull off an election. If this thing gets as bad as they're projecting, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to even pull off an election. But we shall see. We shall see. I think America is going to look like a very different place when we start getting towards the end of the year. I think it's going to look very different from what it looks like now in the summer. I really do. Thank you, C. Harrelson, for becoming a new channel member. Wow. Well, who knows what's going to happen with the presidential election? Remember, I mean, things are different. They're talking about mail-in ballots and stuff. I just don't know. Whatever they decide to do, they're going to have to make a decision at least by September and they would probably have to get the ballots out in October in order for people to cast votes in November. So man, they got their work cut out for them. And it's just another sign that things are bad in America. They really are. I think what Trump wanted was for people, just to open the polls and let people go out there and vote. But that's way too dangerous to expect people to do that. Well, lovely Cherokee, that would require common sense. And as you can see, these politicians do not have common sense. they don't. I mean, them taking it slow, they are trying to rush this thing and open the economy. And this is what caused all of these cases to crop up now. It was because they reopened too soon and did not give the virus a chance to die out. Chima Madhu, thank you for becoming a new channel member. That's that impatient nature they have. They're very impatient. They want everything in an instant, and they don't realize they are never going to get control over this virus. Right now, the virus is literally controlling them. They are at the mercy of this virus right now. This is why Trump keeps saying we have an invisible enemy, because he can't do nothing about it. And he knows, it can't do anything about it. All right, y'all. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. And I do want to take the time to say, those of you that sent money orders, Ann of Yah, thank you for becoming a new channel member. All of you that sent money orders, and some people sent me gifts, thank you. Thank you for all of the people that have sent me cash apps, PayPal, and even my GoFundMe. Thank you. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Willie Rivers, for the super sticker. I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. I don't do separate videos on thanking people for donations anymore because nobody watches the videos. If I post it, I'll barely get 500 views on it. So, whenever I have a live stream or something, and have a lot of people gathered together, this is when I can show you my gratitude for each and every one of you. And I appreciate many of you. Some of you have been with me from the beginning. What a journey it has been being on this channel. There were people trying to attack me back in 2018. But as you can see, from that time to now, I have nearly gained 30,000 brand new subscribers. So what they tried to do, it failed. But it actually gave me a nice boost. So I deeply appreciate all of you. If I don't say it, I should say it more often. So I'm saying it now. You think that I am special to you. I believe you are all special to me. And I really, truly mean that. I'm almost at 70,000 subscribers. I did not think I would see this happen on this channel. When I first started my channel, I always thought it would just be a small channel. I thought maybe I would get 10 to 20,000 people. So this has far exceeded my expectations. I never thought it would grow the way that it did. And that could not happen without all of you. So, you are me, or boy, you've been around since the beginning. You remember when I had 11,000 subscribers? Yeah, it's been a long journey, y'all. But thank you so much for being who you are. Please don't change who and what you are, because I love each and every one of you as is. So, family, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. And I just want to say thank you. And all of you have an amazing day. Peace, family.